And hello, everyone, and welcome to the PedrozaTravel show. If I can get my picture going here today, um, it's always interesting when you're having a little bit of technical issues. Okay, my face is up on the screen. We are here with Betty J. Gathers, and we're going to be talking a fun show on the Pedroza Show. Every week, we bring you an exciting show about travel and travel-related matters. And today is going to be an interesting one. Today, we're talking about maintaining positivity and how to enjoy the journey. And with that, I'd like to bring in my guest for today, and she can help me welcome you all in. I'd like to give a warm welcome to Betty J. Gathers. Welcome, Betty J. Hey, it's Betty J. She's
Miss
in
Betty
the house.
J. Here I am.
Thank you so much. And we got to say hello to everybody who's in
Hello.
the house today. I
Mhm.
see Pards, Jen is in the house. Welcome to the show. We're happy to have you. Let's see, who else do I see? We have Jaden
Jade.
0428 is in. Thank you for coming in. And then we have Phyllis Brown. Thank you for coming in. Good to have you here. And Destination
Yes,
Fun, you are such a great supporter to the channel.
it
Thank you for coming in, Destination Fun. Good to see you there. Let's see who else we got going on. We have Baron. I'm only joining quickly. Added this to my community tab. Okay, well, for whatever time you can take it, and thank you for sharing it out. We appreciate you sharing the channel in any way you can. Um, it's interesting, Phyllis Brown, about that. She said, weird, I had a live stream talking about a similar topic. Well, it's in the community these days, I think. It's really in the community. I was just talking to Betty just before the show, and I was joking with her. I said, if you looked at my subscriber count these days, it looks like it was an earthquake chart because it's been going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Can we hear you there? Is your sound on?
Oh, is my sound on?
There you go. Now I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't hear you there for a second, Betty. Okay.
Like what I did.
Oh no. Hey,
Scratch
Scratch and
me
Beat,
here
welcome to the show.
too. Yay.
Yay, we got lots of people in. Oh, no problem. I'm all about networking here, and if you are in and you want to subscribe to each other's channels, please do so. But as we'll talk about later, if you're going to subscribe to another show, make sure you watch at least 3 minutes of that show because
Mhm.
otherwise your sub doesn't count.
Yeah, that's
That that's
true.
that's an important thing to
Very
know.
true.
And so we have my guest here today is Betty J. Gathers. I've known Betty J. Gathers for a while,
Hmm.
been subscribed, and she has wonderful live streams on her show. And I love your positivity, and that's why I knew that you would be a great person to talk about this topic today. But first, Betty, I want to get to know your channel. Well, I know your channel pretty well. I've been on your channel lots of times. I've been on Betty's for a long time, and I would encourage you to do so well as well. But this is your chance to shine, Betty. I wanted to talk about your channel. So why did you decide to create a channel, Betty?
It was this young lady. She's very successful, Peach McIntyre. And she really, when I first watched her with YouTube, she was staying like in the projects, very low income. Her son, in fact, her teenage son said, Mama, you can do this. And she has become a big you. So I took a class from her, and that's how I started. It really interests me and intrigued me that this young lady was really doing very well on YouTube. So, yeah.
Yeah, and so that was what the catalyst that decided to bring you up to the channel.
Yes, that
And
was the
so
purpose.
was it like the social aspect that drew you in, the monetary aspect, or what was it about her
I
show?
think a little bit of all of it. But my only problem was I really didn't have a niche. I didn't know which way. I tried the lifestyle thing, and you really can't do that brand new because nobody really know unless your content is really good. But I tried, and I just never got a footing. I always felt unbalanced. So I network a lot, a lot, a lot, and then I got really, really tired. I got burnt out.
Hmm.
So I talked to Patrick on Half Cheetah Will View, And he said,
Oh,
Betty, you need to take some time off. That's why I say you got everybody, every place, every community. And he said, take a month off. So I decided to take 6 weeks off. And I still put out one video a week. Um, and then after that, I talked to a couple of people. Then I talked to Tuber Chat. I talked to Kevin. I always Kevin
oh, great resource,
charges.
Tuber
He
Chat.
gonna charge me. But Kevin, he was just saying, well, what do you want to do? What you love, da da da. And I really still didn't have the answer after I got off, but it did make me better at the chat. So I decided the best thing, living your best life over 60. Who knows better than somebody over 60 years old?
Mhm.
So then I got my foot, balanced in. So that's what, even though 35, I have more the millennials than I have but my 65-year-olds is growing. I had 0% one time.
Well,
I
I'm not 60 yet, but I love watching your channel. So there's lots of good stuff. And I think you brought up two very good tips that I'd like to highlight there. One was if you were growing a new channel, you need to be posting at least once a week. I think posting once a week is very important for growth of the channel because otherwise people are going to think you're a dead channel and you don't want that.
and analytics too.
Yes, analytics is important too. And then the other thing is you mentioned Tuber Chat, and if people out there have not discovered Tuber Chat, um, talk to Scratch and Pete. Scratch and Pete will tell you all about Tuber Chat. He's out in the chat today, and he'll tell you all about that. But Tuber Chat is a great place to network. And I've always told people I'm not into sub for sub. I will not necessarily sub to your channel just because you sub to my channel. But if you're going to be on my channel and be part of my community, chances are I want to be a part of your community.
Mhm.
And that's a great place. And to have a space where people can openly network, I think is great. And Tuber Chat does a
Mhm.
great job in doing that. There's
He
lots
does.
of other places that do that, but I think Tuber Chat is on an A game there. And then
Yeah.
I saw a few more people come in. I see Keisha H is in here, made it. Thank you so much. Heading back from the cruise, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
Keisha, I want to see some videos because you know what they say, pics or it didn't happen. Pics or it did not happen. And then I see lots of highs in the house. Of course, we got Pete. Pete is everywhere. Scratching Pete is everywhere. Loves Scratching Pete. And if you haven't seen his show already, he does scratching cards for Lotto, and it's very interesting how he does that. Let's see. And then we have Trish the Natural in the house. Ah, and see, this is a good example of a channel. See, like you would not think that I would watch Trish the Natural, but I do watch Trish the
Mhm.
Natural channel because the way that she talks about hair is just interesting. And I've always said if you have a good story, it doesn't
Mhm.
really matter the topic.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
just how you present the story.
Yeah.
And Trish does a good job with that. And I think I saw, let's see who, oh, we have the Bud Files in the house. Thank you, Bud Files, for coming in today. So happy to have you. And Warm Strong Adventure Bill is in the house.
Ocean.
I think that's because you're here, because I don't think he would be dialing it all the way from Australia. I think he's doing it for you,
You
Betty.
on the ship? No, he went to a couple of chats. He's been up on.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Bill right now is, I don't know, Bill, where are you right now?
He
Last
on the
time I
ship
think you were in
going
Tahiti,
somewhere. Don't ask me where he going.
somewhere on the Pacific. Technically, I'm on the Pacific. I'm on the Pacific coast here, but he's way Pacific over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah,
All right.
way out there
Yeah.
today. Well, thank you for coming in, Bill. We appreciate it. Let's see. I think I saw some more people.
Yeah.
Traveler or Bust is in the house. Thank you for coming.
I
Trying to make
think.
sure I don't miss anybody.
Yeah.
We have so many
Oh, you'll
questions
see her now.
already.
The stock
We have a lot of people today. Man, you're bringing in a lot of people, Betty. Thank you so much. And we have Nora from the Stock Explorer. I believe that's Nora from the Stock Explorer there.
Yeah.
And then thank you for coming in. And then I think I saw Roy Vlogs coming in too. Roy Vlogs, where are you? There you are, Roy Vlogs. I knew I saw you there.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for coming in. So you talked, Betty, about finding a niche. And so this is gonna be an interesting question. So I always like to ask my guests, so what exactly was your first video? What was your first video that you did? Do you remember?
Telling you about me. My
Hmm.
first one. Now, don't ask me exactly what amount, but I know I was talking about me, and I remember me sitting somewhere over there. Looks a little dark in my lighting and stuff, but talking about me and what I wanted to bring to my channel. That was the
Okay.
first. And what's so amazing is that's where it started too, where if you look in my description, it describes what I wanted. And this is what I got. I had to look back to get back into that. And I just wanted a place where people came and they visit, just like Big Mama House. You know, come in, visit, chit chat, bring your tea, bring your coffee, bring whatever, makes you comfortable. But that's the kind of place that I really wanted, and to build a community off of that is, yeah. So come in the Big Mama house.
That's great. I think it's very important that we build community. Again, for all those who came in, you are watching the Pedrosa Travel, and we are here live with Betty J, or I should say, hey, hey, it's Betty
Yeah.
J. And
Yep.
we're talking about how to maintain positivity and how to enjoy the journey. We have cruising is fun anytime here in the show.
Hey, Chef.
Lots of good networking going on. Thank you for watching all the way from Canada. We have a lot of Canadian viewers today,
Hmm.
um, and I think it's great being from the other CA, being from California. There's the CA Canada and then there's the CA California. So from one CA to another, hello and
Hmm.
welcome. So, Betty, where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years in your channel? Where would you like it to be?
I was talking about the studio in behind, because if you look at all your videos in the studio and the analytics, and then they have lights by them, and well, it's bad when they're all off. And then first you'll see low on there once it starts putting out just a little bit. And then, like I said, I was in the moderate now, which is good. I was glad to see all them lights come on. But I was saying that I really see myself. I want the money. Don't think I don't want the money, but I want to be successful. Everything I've basically done in my life, I've been successful, and I want to be successful at this. So that's my driving force. Is I
So,
want
in
to be
5 years, what would success mean to you, Betty?
that my channel. Well, okay, let's put it this way. I got where in my mindset by the end of the year, if I'm not where I want to be, it's got to be, it don't even have to be a certain number. I got to feel that I'm still enjoying it, that I have some growth by
Hmm.
that end of the year and whatever I'm comfortable with. And then I'm not young, so I got to, if I'm not happy doing something this phase of my life, then I need to back off, so. So I'm going to take it year by year, not a 5 year plan.
Hmm.
It really, if people really, it takes a good 3 to 5 years to really just, it's a rarity for people just to shoot off. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I'm going on what, 19 months? So it takes, most people to really get into the game of YouTube. They said it takes at least 500 videos by the
Hmm.
time.
I don't know. I got more than 500 and you're doing better than
Oh,
I
really?
am.
Okay, well,
It's the
everybody don't.
quality that counts, I think.
Yeah, yeah. We were talking about that because you really can grade your own videos. If you really sit back, you can grade your own videos. I know Warmstrong and I used to try to get people together so we could watch videos, in private. All of us sit around and watch them to see and talk about them. If maybe you could change this, and it's up to you if you want it, but we could get no traction on that. Nobody was
Yeah.
interested in doing that, but that helped us a lot. It helped us to look back and see, why was that working and that's not working. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's good to have an introspective. I like to look at things from different angles as well. And being a travel channel, one of the things that I always like to ask, and yes, I agree, Destination Fun, Armstrong is a good coach. He is a good person. He's going to tell you like it is, and he's not going to give you a hard time over it, which that's what I
He
like
gonna
about
tell
Bill.
you. He gonna
He's
tell you.
very considerate that way. He doesn't cause drama, and who needs drama in their lives,
He
right?
just gonna tell you like he done told me so many times. Believe me.
If we'd only just listen, if we'd only just listen, right?
I listen to, at first I'll fuss at first, like, well, and then I'll calm down, and then I say, okay, you right.
Yeah, for sure. And so, if you could go back in time and
Ooh,
travel to any time, where would you visit and why?
what do you mean, travel what?
Travel in time. So, we're a travel
Oh,
channel
I
here.
get you.
So, if you were to travel anywhere in time, where would you go and why?
Right now in my life, best part of my life.
Wow,
I'm
that's a
retired.
new one there,
I'm
Betty.
happy. Um, and I know the sky is the limit. So now I don't want to go back. Don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to my 20s. Nope. 35 was good. 35, 45. Ooh, that was a good time.
Okay.
So now, yeah, I like now. I like
Well,
now.
I like that. That's a very zen answer there, Betty.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
now. Now is the
Now
greatest time.
I like now is what. And that's amazing though.
That's great. That's great.
Mhm.
Well, today the topic is we are talking with Betty and we are talking with being positive and enjoying the journey. And before we get on to more of our topic for today, I've put up a banner down below. So if like I said, I do believe in networking on the channel. So if you would like to share out a link to your channel, this is a great time to do that. If you type in exclamation mark drop link into the chat right now, you will share out your channel link. I use Nightbot for a few things in the channel, and that is one of the things that Nightbot does for me. Nightbot is a great program if you're not familiar with it. Nightbot is a little bot that you can have subscribed to your channel, and it can do things like make sure that people don't spam your channel,
Mhm.
um, make sure that people don't say swear words because this is a family channel, by the way. We try to keep it a family channel,
Mhm.
and it can help out links. So if you
Mhm.
want to type exclamation mark drop link in the chat right now, it'll share out your channel. We'd love for you to network, and maybe you can gain a few subscribers on the way. So that is my service to the community there. So make sure you do drop link, and it will drop the link for you. And by all means, if you haven't done so already, please check out Betty J after the show. She does live streams. How many live streams are you doing a week now?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9:30 a.m. And then
Okay.
my premiere is Friday at 9 a.m. So right after my premiere on Friday, then we have my live.
Okay, great. So 3 times a week, you can subscribe and learn more about Betty J and her channel, and you can be part of the present moment with her.
Hmm.
So please, by all means, do, and I'm sure she'll happy to have you on the channel. So talking about the topic for today, we're talking about maintaining positivity, and one of the things I've always enjoyed about your channel, Betty, is how you keep things positive and how you keep them real. And I wanted to talk to you more about that because I think people get very anxious when it comes to their YouTube experience. And I've noticed on my travel because I've been around for a while on YouTube. If you can believe it or not, I have been on YouTube since 2009.
Hmm.
Haven't gotten to 1K, but for some reason, I think it's just because I'm stubborn. I'm still here. But I see a lot of people and they get very excited and they'll start posting a lot of videos. And when you're first starting out on YouTube, you post a lot of videos because you're super excited. You have a topic, you have that motivation. Maybe somebody, like you said, somebody like a big mama inspired you to do it. But then a few weeks go by and maybe you're still in the under 100 mark. And I'm sure you've seen it, Betty, because you're smiling. I can see you're smiling. They drop off. And
Hmm.
it's sad because I always think it's sad because they had a good message, but they drop off. And I think it's because people get anxious about it. And so I kind of wanted to dedicate this show a little bit to some things that could help with that anxiety.
Hmm.
And the first thing I wanted to talk about was the idea. Let's see if I can get this up. I'm trying to get my banners right here.
Okay.
um, Remember that your social media post is just one of many. And one thing that we were talking about before the show is people are like, oh, the market's saturated. But I don't think the market is saturated at all. I think there is room for everyone. What do you think?
Everybody. It is not saturated. So that's why I tell people don't be afraid to do your live to somebody else pop up. That just mean if all the older people are going to the other person, you're going to get some new people. Might be one or two, but it's going to grow. The market is not saturated. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. Probably the only person I won't cross over is Scratch and Pete.
Yeah, well,
I'm not doing 12:15 p.m. Tuesday Eastern Standard Time. I ain't crossing Pete. I ain't doing it. That's about
nobody competes with
I ain't
Scratch
doing
and Pete.
Pete. I ain't doing Pete, huh?
Nobody competes with Scratch and
I
Pete,
know, but
anyways.
Pete takes care of you. Like I can make mistakes on my dates and stuff. He'll say, Betty, you need to go back and look at your date. And even when I was really tired and I was doing a lot of messing up, and he just made sure he did that extra care for me. He knew something was wrong and something wasn't right. So yeah, I was by September I was tired. I was really tired.
Yeah, and I think that people need to know that, like, well, first of all, 10,000. I read somewhere that 10,000 people an hour are subscribing to YouTube, and
Hmm.
so yeah, like you said, maybe like you might be coming across a channel where you're going live. I'm sure there's lots of people going on live right now. This is a Sunday afternoon,
Mhm, mhm.
and they're not here. I know a lot of travel people that are not in the house right now, and that's fine
Yeah,
because they're looking at other channels.
yeah,
But I also see a few new ones here today too.
yeah. And that's
And
what
so
happened.
it's you pick those up one by one. And don't expect your channel to just like rocket off into the sunset. Of course, we'd all like to be the next Mr. Beast, the next Casey Neistat, you know. Um, but that's not the way it's going to be for most channels. For most channels, it's going to take work and it's going to take time. And remember that you are a small fish in a really big ocean. This is a big ocean on YouTube. And I think it's important that people realize that there's a lot in the game. But if you can find your little part of that ocean, and I think there's a part for everyone, you will find. I always tell everybody, especially on YouTube, on Tuber Chat, if everybody on Tuber Chat subscribed to everybody else and watched 3 minutes, we'd all be at 1,000 in like two
Mhm,
seconds.
mhm.
Unfortunately, that's not the way it works, but
No, no, because everybody not gonna do what they supposed to do.
no, no, they don't go through what
They
they're supposed to
they
do.
said I had three people come on my channel yesterday, and they're like, "I'm from Tuba Chat." I'm like, "I thought you were supposed to be saying I'm from Tuba Chat." And guess what? They all dropped off too.
I got one. I got one better than that, Betty. I was on another person's live yesterday
Uh-huh.
because I participate in this thing called the Saturday Stroll. By the way, if you're interested in travel shows, every Saturday afternoon we do what's called the
Mhm.
Saturday Stroll,
Yeah.
which is a showcase of different premieres that we all do a
Mhm.
premiere at different time slots so that in 1 hour you can watch six different travel shows at
Mhm.
once, and we help each other out that way. And so in one of my premieres yesterday, I had somebody said, "You need to make me a mod,"
Oh
and I
yeah.
said, I looked
I
at
had
them,
that.
and then I went to their channel, and and they have never subscribed to my channel, and they have never commented on my channel before. I'm like, you want to be a mod on my channel, and you've never once commented on any of my videos? What?
Can I say something about moderators since you say about moderators?
Yeah, please
Because I
do.
heard what is that? Tiffany, Canadian Family Life. And I just
Oh
interviewed her.
yeah.
I always chop up her. But she was saying that she needed mods. And sometimes I don't want to speak out because see, sometimes people think that you think you know too much. Sometimes everybody don't take it like, some people they understand it. But you want to be careful who you make your moderators. I know y'all probably done heard that 50 million times. because somebody could get mad with you and they can mess your channel up. Ask Kevin. He'll tell he talks about it all the time. Be careful who you make. I am very careful who I make
Mhm.
my mods. So remember that. So
Yeah, I need more mods. I think mods are so great because a good moderator on your channel will help your chat grow. And
oh
if you have
yeah.
a healthy chat, you will
Hmm.
have a healthy channel.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's very much so. And they
Mm-hmm.
can look out for the bots, and they can look out for little details for you that you can't do. Because if
I
I'm on a
know.
live like right now, if somebody said
I
a
forget.
bad word right now, which by the way, don't, because I'll ban you if you do. But if they did, um, it would probably take me like 30 seconds to like delete that comment, whereas a
Yeah.
mod could do it right
Yeah,
away.
because I just always say, I want you to protect me. We got Nightbot to drop links. So you just look and protect me, and that's
Yeah.
all I really want
Hmm.
from them. But another thing, too, is I went to somebody's live, and okay, I was saying thumbs up and all that good welcome, and they instantly made me a mod. I'm like, you didn't ask me. It would be nice if y'all asked, okay? I would just, I, you didn't ask.
Yeah, well, one time while I was on a show, I was actually on a live one time, and the host actually gently dropped on me. So I ended up hosting a live stream that wasn't even my live stream. So
Oh
you just
God.
get into all sorts of situations
Yeah,
sometimes.
lives.
It
You
happens
really
to all
do.
of us. So don't feel bad if it happens to you because it happens to all of us.
All of us.
Just be aware if something sounds fishy, it probably is fishy, and you should
Hmm.
probably avoid it. Um, with that, I will say if anybody out here would like to be a mod and you are regularly commenting on my
Yeah.
videos, please let me know. I am looking for some good moderators. So if
Hmm.
there's some people out in the chat that would like to be a mod, please let me know and we can talk to you about that. But
Hmm.
you included, Betty J. If you ever want to be a mod on my channel, Betty J, I would love for you to be a moderator.
You come on at 7 o'clock. Most of the times, I don't even be on lives at this late anymore. I used to be on them all. You can ask Warmstrong all night long.
Well,
But
I
you
remember, Betty, when you were going for that 1K, you were grinding it.
Yeah, I was grinding, but I wasn't. Well, the only thing was a difference between me and Warmstrong. Warmstrong had to work on two. He had to get the subs and he had to get the watch hours. I didn't have to worry about the watch hours. So and he got monetized before me. He
Oh, well,
was working his tail off.
mhm.
So,
I will say, Warmstrong works. I mean, look at him. He's here in this chat today from somewhere in the South Pacific.
hmm.
So that's how it goes
Yeah,
with Armstrong. He
yeah,
works it.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's interesting if you've been around for a while and you like, I don't know, I like doing these live streams because I like talking to wonderful people like yourself, but really
Hmm.
my videos have kept the watch hours. I've had watch hours for the longest time. My watch hours are great.
And
My
that's
watch hours are
excellent.
like almost 6K right now.
That's amazing. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, because when it got to the 1,000, then the first thing people say, okay, I'll help you run your playlist. I'm like, I got my hours.
Hmm.
I had those, and I'm telling you, everybody start early. Somebody taught me that early in the game. Start your watch hours. I don't care if you got two videos, have somebody play them. So I learned that early in the game to have that ready. But I know this is only an hour show. And I like to say this, I mention it because a lot of times as YouTubers, sometimes I think we're a little embarrassed when things happen to us. But the first time I got 4,000 hours, it was right at 4,000. YouTube was saying, mm-mm, all these ain't clean, sister.
Oh, really?
Hey, it shot them, not this time, but that first time it was like, this not clean. So that's why I would say I'm sure people do it from their hearts, but sometimes,
Hmm.
ooh, we have to pay the piper. And I think I went back down to about 3,000.
All
So
right.
I just pulled myself together and I said, okay, 3,000's clean.
Hmm.
So you gonna work your butt off with, watch hours,
Hmm.
on doing lives. And that's what I did. I was popping up, popping up, popping up, popping up. And I got it back up. to close to 4,000, and then I took that break, and then I just worked it on back up. So I
Hmm.
had over 4,000 when I did get monetized.
That's great. And if some of the hours are crazy, you just go back. I don't know. That review process is very important. But I think you hit on something that's very important, which is the next topic that I wanted to talk on. Is if you're having problems with one area of YouTube, remember you can always switch the focus of your attention. The
Mhm.
great thing about YouTube is nobody's the boss except for you. You
Mhm.
are the boss of your channel, and so you can make the channel the way that you want to. I know they always talk about having a niche, and a niche is important, but I really would say like it's okay for you if one thing's not working, if a particular
Mhm.
topic's not working, change it up.
Mhm.
If one type of video is not working, try a different type of video.
Mhm.
You can change things up in your channel, and that's okay. You do not have to get set into one way. If
Mhm.
lives are working for you, go for lives. If shorts are going for you, go for shorts.
Mhm.
Or do what I do. I do all three of them. I try to do shorts. Although I don't know. I've had a little bit of doubt on the shorts because the shorts don't count for your overall watch time. I do get subs from my shorts, but those are like so hit and miss. I don't know. What are your thoughts on shorts?
My thing, and probably some people in here is going to say wrong. Okay, they don't count for the watch hours. Okay, I know when you get monetized, you do get some money for them.
Hmm.
But okay, I know people say they bring in a lot of subs. But and I heard this talked on Destinations Live today. But okay, they come and watch your short content and they leave. Then they never come back. And those don't drop off. So then you got this large number. So it's like you got dead people in your in your number.
Yeah, and I
It
worry
sounds
about that.
amazing. It sounds amazing that you have but what if they don't come back?
I don't know what happens.
I don't know, because if you blow up big on a short, you're gonna get a lot of subs.
Oh yeah.
So you got all these subs, and then
Hmm.
your content ain't kicking out.
Hmm.
And I just thought about this about a couple of days ago. I'm like, well,
Hmm.
what happens?
Yeah. The only thing I can think of, and I don't know, I'm not the expert on this, so if there's anybody out there in the chat that would like to talk about that and give us your opinion, I'd be willing to hear your opinion on it. But my only thing is, I have seen the only successful shorts that I think that happen are ones that relate to a longer form video.
Yeah,
And I've seen a few successful YouTubers out there, and what they've been doing is they've been clipping out longer videos. So they'll take a long video and they'll
yeah,
clip out a minute of that longer video,
yeah.
and then they'll use it as kind of a promo for that longer video that they're going to premiere maybe later. And I'm curious to try that one. I'm not sure if
Mhm.
that's going to
Okay,
work.
well, try it.
Yeah, but
Try
you can
it.
try anything. Just
Yeah,
try
you can try
anything.
it. It may work. Heck, it may not work.
So, what's your opinion, Betty, on the time of a video? Do you think you should go for a long one, a short one, or the middle of the road one?
I think whatever you're really comfortable with, because you know when it's too long and you're just adding in a lot of fluff.
Hmm.
I know it shouldn't be. I wouldn't make it less than 8 minutes because they said about the monetization about it being less than eight. I would make it at least 8 minutes. And if you want to make it 7 minutes and something, and then your intro and your outro will add more to it,
Hmm.
you know. But I don't know. I guess 8 to 10 minutes is good.
But don't go with a really long intro, because if there's
Yeah.
anything that's more annoying is when they have like a 30-second intro. I don't know why,
But
but
they make it through mine though. My intro is, I don't even know.
yours is only like 10 seconds.
It's like it's longer than that.
Oh, really? Okay.
I have to go
I
back and
haven't had a
look.
problem. Maybe I just like
Listen, I
watching your
can't
videos.
remember.
You can't remember
It
your
may
own
be
intro.
short. It may be short. It may be short. I don't know why
Hmm.
I was thinking it was longer, but yeah.
Pards Jen is chiming in and says 8 minutes, perfect for
Yeah, the mid roll and the
ads.
ads. Yeah.
And what's funny about ads is when I first started YouTube, I started YouTube before there was even a possibility for money. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was in YouTube before there was this partnership program, and I think the
Yeah.
partnership program is great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but and I was okay with never making a dime off of
Mm-hmm.
my YouTube channel.
Okay.
But then what happened is I've had some success on some videos that have gotten a lot of views, like in the 60,000 range.
Mm,
And you know
okay.
what YouTube did is they put ads on those.
Yeah, they
And
gotta
so I'm
get.
not getting paid for those. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, if
Yeah.
YouTube's going to get paid for, um, then I should get paid too. So now that's what kind of motivated me to go for this whole race to 1,000, just because I'm like,
Yeah, because they're gonna get their money. All my old videos, yes,
uh,
they were. They had they have videos running on them before you get monetized, so they
yeah,
making their money. They making it.
yeah, they're making it. And people need to remember that YouTube is a business. Trish the Natural says, I think if the short relates to the niche, that you have a better chance of keeping those subscribers. And I think that goes for any type of video, Trish. I think if any video you make is about you, it's going to help you. You
Yeah,
always want to be layering one video on top of the next video on top of the next video so that people have a progression. As much as I tell people to branch out, if I was to make a hair video right now, people are going to unsubscribe because even though Trish does a great job of doing a hair video, um, and I might make the best hair video of all,
uh-huh.
but people don't come to me for hair. People come for me for travel advice, and so I have to realize that even though I want to branch, I have to do it progressively. You can't
Because
just like shock your viewers.
Trisha Natural, she is growing organically
Mm-hmm.
all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just wanted to say that because she has great content. Great. I hope you know that. That's why you and she those watch hours. That's how she's getting them. So that means she has great content and she is, growing.
Oh, come on now, Parts Jen. You know you'd watch a hair video from me.
Oh yeah, sure.
Jenny,
We'll
Betty
do it.
J's
We
like,
want to see it.
sure, yeah, sure, I'd watch one of your hair videos for
Watch it, condition it. We want to see it all.
Actually, Tristan National's got some interesting stuff. I was watching a video of hers. She has one where she puts clay in your hair. I didn't even know you could put clay in your hair. Usually I'm trying to wash the clay out of my hair, and she's putting it in her hair. I'm like, what's that?
Get all the gunk out.
Yeah. Like when I go to the beach, like that's what you get when it comes in. You get clay coming in your hair.
Hmm.
Let's see. There's some. Oh, Doof Paranormal. Thank you for coming in the house. We're happy to have you in the house. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I've been on her live.
Yeah, they have a great show,
Yep, I've been on her live.
and we everybody saying hello to everybody. Get ready with me, but funny. Okay, yeah. That's it. Would be the new comedy. It would be the John's comedy show instead of it would be the Pedrosa comedy show instead of the Pedrosa travel show. If that ever happened. Stay tuned. If it gets enough views, I'll do it. Somebody challenged me the other day to make a 7 layer bar on a video. And so I'm like, sure, why not? I'll do it if you promise to watch it. And here's my next advice for today, and our next topic is, really don't compare yourself with others. If there's one piece of advice, another piece of advice that I could give people on YouTube is
Yeah.
don't compare yourself with others. You are you. If anything, bringing up the different guests that I've had on this show, which, by the way, if you'd like to be a guest on the Pedrosa Travel Show, please email me at johnpedrosa@hotmail.com. I would love to have you on this show. This show is happening every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're on the West Coast, it's just a Sunday afternoon for you. And if on your East Coast, well, Betty stayed up. You can too.
I know, right?
Thank you, Betty, for being on the show. But yeah, don't compare yourself with others. I always say, like, you can't be anybody else because all those positions are taken. That's what Robin Williams said, and I think
Mhm.
that's good advice. But that's not to say that you can't take and learn from other people. And there's
Mhm.
kind of a sweet spot
Oh,
in
yeah.
there. What's your take on that?
I'm always willing to listen. I've
Mhm.
only did this for what, 19 months, so I'm still brand new.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm willing to listen. I just ask other people to be willing to listen. Take it in. You can use it or don't use it. So I think the person is just trying to help you
Mm-hmm.
along. And, if it's constructive criticism of something, just take it and you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, exactly. You can take the criticism. And don't feel bad if you do get some criticism on your channel.
Oh, yeah.
Just the other day when I premiered, somebody was talking about the audio on my channel. It was one of my mods. And I appreciate that. If somebody gives you the time to give you
Yeah.
constructive criticism on your channel, take
Hmm.
it. Because that's somebody that cares about you
Yeah.
and they want your channel to succeed. Which, by the way, another channel to succeed is they're here, there to hear travel. Sorry, your channel always confuses me. It took me a while to find your channel, there to hear travels. But thank you for coming on the
Yeah.
show. We are
Happen.
happy to have you on the show. Welcome in. You're watching the Pedroza Travel Show, and we're talking about how to maintain positivity and how to enjoy the journey, specifically your YouTube journey. And yeah, take advice. Although I have to say, somebody else swore on my channel yesterday, and I had to block that one. So
I've had that. I'm like, then I go up and just, take it out. I only had it once or twice, so.
you're welcome there to hear travels, and please there to hear travels put an exclamation mark drop link to share out your channel. And if you haven't done so already, please after this show, go over to Betty J Travels and subscribe to her if you're not already subscribed to her channel. She has great lives 3 times a week. Um, have you? I definitely have, and hopefully you have too, have found some very good mentors on my YouTube journey. And I think you need to find those people that are willing to help. And one thing that I've heard often, and I think it's very true, is that if you give out good positive energy, people will come back and give that to you. That has
Hmm.
definitely been my journey. I learned on my channel personally, like it was interesting. About 500 subscribers, um, the tone on my channel changed and it became more community focused. And actually, I like it a lot better. I like the community aspect of
Mm.
the channel. To me, as much as monetization sounds cool and all, it's the comments that really help me on my channel and keep me motivated. When there's at least one person out there who's watching my video on the other side of the world, that is like the best feeling ever.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
thank you to all who subscribe, but also thank you to all who comment on the videos.
Mhm.
That really helps a creator more than you will ever know. But don't compare yourself to others because you're not going to be the same as the original. Like Betty said before, you're looking for somebody new who's looking for your content. And I think
Mhm.
that's very important.
Mhm.
And going along with that is the next point is participate more without overthinking.
Mhm.
Um, I think what happens on a lot of YouTube channels is people overthink it. And
Mhm.
if you need a little bit of a push, let me
Mhm.
be the push that you can go out there and actually make your own video.
Mhm.
Um, I think a lot of people worry about the video having to be perfect, the storyline being perfect. But if anything, get out content because if you don't get out content, nobody's going to watch anything. What are your thoughts on that, Betty?
I wanted to back up just a little bit. I know I've heard
Sure.
people say about they took my content, they stole my, and I always say, listen, they can't do anything with it. You made it, and you're gonna do it the best. So
Hmm.
don't worry about it. I've heard that quite a bit. They took my content.
Hmm.
Don't even worry about it. You know when you're good. That's why I say when I was a childbirth educator, I tell anybody, I knew I was good at that. And when you're good at something, nobody can take nothing.
Yeah,
Nobody.
because they'll just go to the original, right?
I
And
know.
and you shouldn't be copying anybody else. Like I'm not gonna make a Mr. Beast video.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
of all, I don't have the money that Mr. Beast does.
You're
Just
probably
ticking
more
them off.
happier than Mr. Beast. That's why I tell people
Yeah.
sometimes you see these people that make all this money and they are so unhappy, a lot of them, that you don't even want to trade. You be back here, let me just be poor for now.
Just be poor and happy. I want to be poor and traveling. That's what I want to be. Just give me some free airfare. Give me
I
some
just
travel
want enough
vouchers.
to be comfortable.
There you go.
Sometimes I think you can get too much. I mean, you can. Sometimes I think you can get too much.
So speaking of comfortable, when are we getting you on the cruise, Betty?
I don't know. I'm a plain girl. Fly me there, put me in a nice hotel, and
Okay, well,
let
plane's
me.
good
I
too.
know. Let me enjoy the adventure.
So if you had a free plane ticket right now, Betty, where would you go?
Bali.
Bali, huh?
I
Okay.
know people over there now. Jakarta. What did we say? That's about 600 miles away. I have to.
Jakarta, Indonesia? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 600 miles away from Jakarta, and that's Indonesia. And that's where all the people I know. I'm gonna have guard 848, and she's Indonesian. And she's about 10 years older than me, and she's gonna be on my channel on Wednesday. And
Great.
she has a lot of great stories that people are willing to listen to. Sometimes um, people want everything fast, 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 but I'm willing to listen, and that's all that you know.
Doof
So,
Doof Paranoia says, I'm with Betty J. Travel in comfort. LOL.
well, the ship can be in comfort too. Believe me, it can. But yeah, it's just a cruise ship. Who knows? And like I say never in this life.
Never say never in this life because you don't know. Parks
Never.
Jen is answering in and says, Italy. I have been to Italy and I put my coins in the Trevelli fountain. So according to legend, I'm going back there one day.
Ah, ah.
And there to hear travel is going to come along with me. And I don't know if this means that Jaden's going to come along with us too, because
Only
it's going to be
God
a party in Italy
knows.
apparently. So you never know.
Yeah. Yep,
So
yep, yep.
party out there. But there's so many places. I keep on. There's a YouTuber. Her name's Grandma Uti,
Yeah.
UITI,
Oh yeah, no grandma you.
and I keep on telling her I gotta. I'm gonna travel out to Indonesia soon.
Mm-hmm.
I've already learned how to say hello, which is really easy because it's hello. And then thank you in Indonesia. I learned is terima kasih. So I got those two. I know hello and thank
I
you, so I'm
can't
good.
speak none of it.
Betty J's
I,
just gonna go. She's like, I don't need the language. I'm just gonna go.
yeah. I know a Filipino, he said he learned English on YouTube, and he talks good too.
You know, on those cruise ships, there are a lot of Filipino people on the cruise ships, and they know so many languages. I don't know. They just
Mm-hmm.
have like the skills to learn
Mm-hmm.
it, which is
Mm-hmm.
great. And Parts Jen just says, I gave a thumbs up on your live.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
so
was
you'll have to
nice.
check it
Thank
out when she goes live.
you. Yeah, because I'm gonna tell about a little part of my life tomorrow. Somebody told me they want to know about my bed. I know you got a lot of stories.
You do have a lot of
You like a
stories,
lot
Betty.
of stories. I ain't told a lot of them, but I'm gonna tell a good one tomorrow.
Okay, okay, we're gonna
Because
check it
I
out.
was surprised people were saying that they know I got a lot of stories and I don't tell them.
Mhm.
Y'all just being nosy.
Oh yeah,
I got some good ones. Ooh, all
all
these
about
years I
content, right?
lived, huh?
It's all about content, right?
Yeah, all these years I lived, um, I got a lot. I tell you, I was telling somebody that when I was a little girl, and the Jetsons, the cartoon thing, the
Yes.
Jetsons, and I was a little girl when the Jetsons was on, and I remember thinking when the year 2000, because they looked so far off, and I said they're gonna be flying cars, and we're not flying cars yet. It's amazing what kids think. That's what I thought, was cars were going to be flying.
Yeah.
The
Well,
year
I'm
two.
still waiting for my jetpack, and my hoverboard. So,
Oh, yeah.
So where's my hoverboard,
I
people?
don't know.
I watched Back to the Future,
Future, yeah, yeah,
and
Michael
I messed
Fox.
it up on the first try, but I got it on the second try. I have your link up there, um, Betty, and if people want to go, there is your link.
Well,
I have your link in my
you.
channel now,
Anybody
so
want to
people
stop
can
by?
go to your channel, and
Mm-hmm.
I would encourage them to go out there and subscribe to it.
Mm-hmm.
So please
Please
do.
stop by.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Anything that we can do to help your channel. Oh, yes. I want the shoes that lace themselves up. What were those,
I
Nikes?
never knew about that one.
This
Listen, I
part.
just want little kids just to learn how to tie their shoes and stop the Velcro.
And then Warmstrong Adventures is just saying hello. Okay. Hello, Bill. Good to
He's
see you
sleeping
again.
right now. No, oh no, it's during the daytime. I think there, wherever he's at, I think it's the
Well, it's
daytime.
4:52 in the afternoon here in California. So if it's 4:52 in the afternoon here, it's probably like 12 over where he's at
Hmm.
because they're earlier in the day than we are here in
Hmm.
California. And
Yeah.
then I see Cruising Scene is in the house. Hello, Cruising
Oh,
Scene. Good to have
yeah.
you here on the channel.
Hey.
You're here on the Pedrosa channel. We're here with
Mhm.
Betty J Travels, and we're talking about maintaining positivity and enjoying your journey here on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we are happy to have everybody here in the channel today.
Hmm.
So yeah, going forward on that is yeah, participate more without overthinking. I think is something that's important. Um, we were talking before the show, and I think this is important. It's important to network with other people, but also don't forget your own channel. And I
Hmm.
know you were commenting about that, Betty, about in the beginning you were actively participating in a lot of channels, but maybe not participating in your own channels.
Yep.
And what's your thought on that one, Betty?
I just know that I would have reached my monetization a lot faster if I paid attention to my channel. So I just think with the newer ones, you got to be a little careful. Yes, we need to network, but always remember your own channel because
Mm-hmm.
you'll end up losing out if you do too much. And I was doing too much.
Yes. And and if you haven't done so already, it's all about engagement. So please, if you haven't done so already, please thumbs up this video. And
Hmm.
by all means, thumbs up your own video. I mean, if you
Yeah.
don't like your own video,
Yeah.
then who's gonna like your video if it's not you?
Yep. And even when I make comments, I hit the thumbs up. And
Yes.
sometimes I'll go all the way down and just hit the thumbs up. When I comment on other people's channel, I hit the thumbs up.
Mhm.
And sometimes I'll go down and thumbs up on everybody else comment they put on there. Because every little bit do help. It does.
It's about engagement, it's about engaging in other people and engaging most of all in yourself. Invest in yourself as a channel, and I think things will work out for you. I think that's very important. And
Hmm.
thank you so much, Jen. Yes, please thumbs up and like. I appreciate it. Good. And I hope that you do like your own videos and that your own personal account likes it too. At least there's two people that like Dare to Hear Travels. We got two people liking Dare to Hear Travels, so that's good.
But liking your own, that's what we're talking about too, that you really can grade your own videos. You already know if they're good, good. You
Yeah.
know. You know, if you put all your all into them, you'll know. You know, even if they don't do very well, but I really tried hard. I put all the work, and my skill that I've got
Mm-hmm.
into it. You'll know. You will.
Yeah. But don't let that also be a hindering to you either. Even if the video's a little bit rough around the
Oh
edges,
yeah.
show it.
I'm
Just
not
go for
saying
it.
it has to be, perfect. I'm not saying
No
that.
video needs to be perfect.
Yeah, it don't have to be perfect. But as
Yeah.
we go along, it needs to be better though.
Yeah, just a little bit better every day.
Yeah.
I try every week. I try to make sure that one thing is a little bit better than it was before,
Mhm.
and before you know it, it'll be polished. And if it's
Yeah.
not polished, maybe I'll be popular enough that I can hire somebody else to have it be polished.
Because my first video, if I go back to my first video, I think the lighting was way off. So your videos now should have be a little different
Mhm,
than what they were. Like right now, like
mhm,
I thought I got like the glare out my glasses. And
mhm.
so what I did, I tried, I think because the light has shifted, but I put I put a light all around me because it irritates me. And I noticed, I think because when the light went out from the window, I think that's what it shifted the lights. But
I
yeah.
just thought you had a glowing personality,
Uh,
Betty.
I'm glowing.
I just
That's
thought it was a natural glow. Actually, the same thing happens to me. Like I can see it right now. Like you can see, like I'm looking
yeah,
at you through the computer screen there because you can see
yeah,
the computer screen in my
yeah,
glasses. I don't
yeah.
know. That's just something when you have glasses. I could take off my glasses, but then I
Yeah,
wouldn't be able to
I
see the
know, and then
screen.
I can't see. I
Then
can
I can't.
see, but for reading, I need my glasses. Otherwise, I need, especially ever since I got my cataracts removed, I can see good. And they've been years ago. I'm perfect. Even on my driver's license, I don't have to wear no glasses. That was
Don't be
good.
doing YouTube blind.
I know, I
No blind
know,
YouTubing, or I'll have to be like way up close like this to the
I
screen.
know, I know. Can't see who is in the chat.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah.
we can be our worst critics. But don't
Hmm.
let that stop you in your YouTube journey. Like, make sure that
Yeah.
you continue on with the journey
Yeah.
because that's what's important.
Yeah.
Even if the video is a little bit rough, I'd say still put it out
Yeah.
because there's always the next video. And if you're like me, like people like, oh, this week's video is bad. Well, I guess you'll have to come next week to find out if it's any better.
Or even if you've had a video next week, so
Stay tuned for more
yeah, be just that
because you never know
consistency.
what Johnny
That
Diaz is going to happen.
consistency is, it's like
Yeah.
when people are, depending on you to come in, because after a while you depend, people say, oh, she going on at 9:30, and then you don't show up, or you may show up or whatever.
Well,
So,
that's one thing I will say is make sure that you are consistent with your channel. If you say you're going to be there at 9:30 for a live, you better be there at 9:30 for a live. Like I always say, I'm going to be here at 4 o'clock on Sundays with my live. I might not have anybody on the chat with me, but I'll be here by myself talking to myself about at 4
yeah,
at 7 p.m.
just
Pacific
make
time.
sure, yeah,
You can
that
count on it because
consistency.
if you can count on yourself. And
Yeah.
then hello, M&T Living and Cooking. Good to
Hey,
have you.
Minty, I see them around a lot.
Yeah, they're around a lot. Good to have you in the channel today.
Yeah.
So
And it's
continue.
great to have support too. That's
Yes.
I know it's about time to end, but it's a great, if you don't have that support, it just makes it harder. You can make it,
Mhm.
but it just makes it harder. Not meaning that your mate has to come on. Some don't want to come on, and some will start out their way, then they start sticking their head in there.
Like,
So you never know how it's gonna, you never know how's it gonna go. So yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not so much into the shows where they're live streams and then you just see the flashing light. Have you ever seen those?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you don't see their face. You just see their logo, and then when they
Oh,
talk, it kind of flashes. I'm not so much into those.
oh. Now that's one thing on my show. You cannot have the avatar. Now you can have the avatar when you go into the
Mhm.
bathroom or taking a
Yeah.
break, but I don't. That's just me. You could do whatever you want on your show on your channel, but in my lives, I want to see your eyes. I want to talk to your face. That's just me. And somebody said, well, sometimes you're not ready, then you don't need to be on the live then. But that's just one thing. I don't know why. That's just one of my pet peeves. I want to see your eyes when I talk to you, not the avatar.
You're saying that you can't see her face?
The avatar. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, you know
oh,
how people on people's
yeah.
channel and they're in behind the avatar, you never see their face. You know
Oh,
what I'm
okay.
talking about when they're on lives? Like how we're talking, some people have their avatar up. Am I saying avatar? Yeah, it's the avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And say if I came up here and I had my avatar and you never saw my face. That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying.
Okay,
Some people do it the whole time they're on.
got it. So
Yeah.
my last point that I want to talk about, we're almost ending here, is
Mhm.
if you need to take breaks, don't
Mhm.
overexhaust yourself on the YouTube journey.
Uh,
Sometimes you need to take a break, and that's okay. Because remember, social media is not real life. This
mhm.
is fun, but it's not real. So take breaks. Thank you so much, Betty, for coming on the
Thank
show. Is there
you.
anything
Thank
that you'd like to
you.
say before we close this show today?
Oh, that's good. I'm just glad everybody came in and thank you so much. And stop by Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:30 a.m. And then on Friday, my premiere is 9 o'clock. Before my live at 9:30. But if you stay right at the premiere, it'll just switch you right on over to my chat.
Okay, well, thank you.
It'll redirect you.
3 times a week, 9 o'clock, right?
Yep, 9:30.
9:30.
I changed the time, 9:30 a.m. for the lives. And then 9 a.m. on Fridays is my premiere. Right after my premiere is my live.
Okay, got it. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Betty. You have been live with Betty J, and you are on the Pedrosa Channel Live. Thank you, everybody, for coming. It's been great having you, and we will see you on the next one.
Okay, it's been great. It has. Thank you so much.
We're off.